The question came without hesitation, delivered with a calm certainty, as though she had practiced it long before. "Daniel," my wife Claire said, setting her wine glass down, "I want to spend a night with another man." Her words split through the comfortable hum of our Friday dinner. My fork froze halfway in my mouth. For a moment, I thought I had misheard her, that perhaps the noise of the restaurant had tricked me. But when I looked at her, her gaze was steady, waiting for my reaction. I gave her nothing. On the outside, I was motionless. Inside, my chest felt like it was collapsing in on itself. We had been married for 9 years. Our marriage wasn't perfect, but we had built a life together. Our house, our routines, our laughter that once came so easily. Recently, though, I had sensed her pulling away. Girls' nights that stretched past midnight. Her phone always face down. Hugs that felt obligatory instead of full of warmth. I had convinced myself it was just a rough patch. That marriage had seasons. But her request confirmed what I had dreaded. She wasn't speaking of fantasy. She already had someone specific in mind. I set my fork down carefully. "You want a night with another man?" I asked. She nodded, fingers tight on the stem of her glass. I need to explore this side of myself. It doesn't mean I don't love you. It means I'm not enough. I finished for her. She flinched but said nothing. In that moment, I could have begged, shouted, or demanded, but none of that came. Instead, a cold clarity rose in me. "You have 2 choices, Claire," I said evenly. She blinked, startled that I wasn't broken or yelling. "First choice," I continued, "you end this idea now. No more secrets, no more games. You come clean with me fully, and maybe we can rebuild. It won't be easy, but if you're willing, there's a chance." "And the second," she whispered. "You go through with it," I said, my voice calm but sharp. "But if you walk out that door to another man, it will be locked when you return. You'll no longer be my wife." Her lips parted, her breath unsteady. She had expected me to cave or give permission. Instead, I had drawn a line she couldn't ignore. Dinner ended in silence. That night in bed, she shifted restlessly while I lay awake, staring at the ceiling. At 2 a.m, she whispered, "You're so calm. I thought you'd scream." "Screaming won't change anything," I said. "You've already been slipping away. I just didn't want to see it." 2 days later, she admitted the truth. His name was Ryan, a man from work. "He makes me feel alive," she confessed. "Seen, desired. I don't want to hurt you, but I can't ignore this." Her words cut deeper than any knife, as though years of loyalty and love had become invisible. But I stayed composed. "So you've already chosen," I said quietly. "No," she shook her head. "I'm confused." "You're not confused," I replied. "You just don't want to face the cost of what you want." That Friday, she came home late, wearing perfume I didn't recognize. At dinner, she finally said, "I need that night just once to know what I feel." I felt my heart splinter, but I didn't hesitate. I walked to our bedroom, pulled a suitcase from the closet, and laid it on the bed. As I folded her clothes, her eyes widened. "Daniel, what are you doing?" "You've made your choice," I said coldly. "If you want that night, you won't come back here. I won't share my wife." Her hands trembled as she grabbed the suitcase. "You can't just—" "I can," I cut in, "because the moment you asked me to bless your betrayal, our marriage ended." She didn't leave that night. She cried, begged, told me I was overreacting. She said it was curiosity, that she still loved me. But love doesn't ask for permission to betray. The next morning, I told her I'd already contacted a lawyer. Divorce papers would be prepared within the week. She looked at me like I was a stranger. "You'd throw away 9 years just like that?" "No, Claire," I said with bitter finality. "You did that when you asked me to approve of your betrayal." Weeks later, I heard through friends that Ryan had walked away. He hadn't wanted the complications of divorce or baggage. After all her pleading, all her risks, he abandoned her. One night, Claire called me. Her voice was broken. "Daniel, I made a mistake. Please, can we talk?" I closed my eyes, gripping the phone tightly. Part of me wanted to say yes, to remember the woman I once loved. But the deeper part of me, the one scarred by her request, knew the truth. I gave you two choices, I said softly. You made yours. Then I hung up. It has been a year since then. The divorce is final. I live alone now in the house that once held our shared laughter. Sometimes the silence feels unbearable. Sometimes I wake expecting her beside me. But I don't regret my decision, because in the end, it wasn't me who destroyed us. It was her choice, her hunger for something else. What I regret is that I loved a woman who could look into her husband's eyes and ask for permission to betray him. And when faced with the two paths, she chose the one that ended us.